Do you?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I do. I had a real... You're in the Underdark. I had a real fucking busy week. Because I watched the second season of Foundation, and I started playing Baldur's Gate.
Oh! And how much time did you lose?
Time is an illusion.
There
The only
you
time
go.
now is party time.
He lost all of it. That's the answer.
Yep, that is the answer.
That's what we're looking at, actually, yeah. Let me pull the rest of the stuff up here. God damn it. I will murder you, Twitch. There we go. We're good.
Do it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Church of Chonkwij podcast. My name is Squiddy. I'm joined tonight by old Squiddy Bastard, OmegaConstruct, and Pondor and Squid Man.
I forgot we were podcasting tonight.
I know.
Welcome.
Why, you want to change your name?
That's why people are here. No, I just wanted to hang out with some people.
And hang out with people you are. And shall. Oh, I should probably,
Time is
Actually,
clearly an illusion. The fact that it is Monday is unknown.
It is Monday, my dudes. Don't worry, frogs are coming on Wednesday. So, starting off tonight, there is actually an obituary that I think we missed. But Dennis Austin died at 76. He is the developer of PowerPoint.
Oh,
So,
that day.
yeah, Dennis Austin. I'm quoting from the Boston Globe here. Dennis Austin, who played a seminal role in shaping how information is communicated in modern society as the principal software developer of PowerPoint, the ubiquitous, occasionally scorned program employed by office workers, died on September 1st in his home in Los Altos, California. He was 76. So he had lung cancer that metastasized to his brain.
May he rest in peace.
Yep.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
It was, PowerPoint is actually originally called Presenter. And it was developed independently. Only later on it got bought up by Microsoft and added to the Microsoft Office suite. And that's why everybody knows it today. But yeah, RIP, Mr. Austin, another legend of the technology world. Yeah. Alright. So, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate. Baldur's. What if it's French?
Ah, good point.
Le Guet de Baldur.
Then I would stop playing it because I don't like the dirty French. Fucking French people.
Jesus.
Smell like croissants and baguettes. Bunch of bicycle riding baguette eaters.
All those attractive women with their fresh bread.
It's all right. That's all right. It has been fully determined that California created ranch to keep Midwesterners fat because they fear Midwesterners' power.
Sure, we'll go with that.
This is a fact. I only speak truth.
You're certainly speaking truth about Midwesterners being fat.
Hey-o.
Hey.
Accurate.
Come on now, that is an egregious stereotype that just happens to be true 90% of the time.
As the token Midwesterner, yes. Yes, it is.
Wait, are you so... yeah, you are... You're technically Midwestern, aren't you?
Yep.
Alright.
I feel like
Well-
the Midwestern is actually pretty poorly defined. I've heard some people
Yeah.
claiming it's as far as, like, Pennsylvania and Ohio.
I don't know about all that.
Really? Yeah.
Ohio, I would still consider Ohio East Coast.
No, Ohio
But it's
is like
fucking-
2 states away from the coast. It's a Great Lakes fucking state.
Yeah, Ohio is not East Coast.
It is not East Coast at all.
But there's like a gray zone. All right, Omega's been watching Man of the High Castle. The neutral zone, all right? The neutral zone is like definitely the Midwest, but then there's a gray area on either side of it. So yeah, Ohio is in a
I don't
gray
know, like,
area.
I don't know. I think the Midwest is in the Reich because like the neutral zone goes all the way out to like Denver, or like it's not out until like Denver and shit. Like I was actually looking at it, thinking just that. Like I was surprised at how far west the Reich goes compared to how far east JPS goes.
Japan basically got California, Oregon, Washington, and maybe Arizona, and that's it. Yeah, they got screwed.
Yeah, typically like Colorado and Montana are actually the West, and things east of that are the Midwest. So like I'm on the border, man.
The West.
That is such a great, yeah. Fuck, if I could get away with it, one day I might live in one of the Dakotas. This is just it's so nice to have like nobody around you. I think this is just my personal opinion.
I found my sweet spot. It is on the edge of town, so I still have the conveniences of the city, but far less neighbors.
I would like to be a hermit about, like, living on my own in the deep woods about a 30 to 45-minute drive from a major city. That's my goal.
I don't think there are. Bad. Are there? I mean, maybe in Maine. Maybe you could get away with that in Maine. 35-minute drive out of Augusta. Yeah, you're kind of in the woods. I don't know anywhere else locally that would be like that, though. Around here, anyway. Yeah, that'd be nice. I think it's funny how when we're kids, we're just like, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna live in the city, and I'm gonna have an apartment, I'm gonna be social, and then you grow up and you hit 30, maybe 40, and you're just like, I want to live in the middle of the woods, away from absolutely everybody because I hate them.
And I hate
the city. I just hate all the people in the city.
Right, exactly. It's like I want all the conveniences that a city affords me. I would love to live in Boston, in an area of Boston where there was nobody there except for people running the stores. It's just not going to fucking happen.
It's kind of not how cities work.
Right, exactly. So that's why we're waiting for the post-apocalyptic mayhem that climate change will bring on so that we can have a giant abandoned skyscraper and I can live in the penthouse at 111 Huntington in the middle of an abandoned Boston.
Wait. Is this why you like city skylines? Because you are the overlord of the city and you don't have to deal with anyone's shit?
You know, that's an interesting thing to bring up. It's crossed my mind before talking to Omega about Warframe, because Warframe is a power fantasy game. And that's one of the reasons why I like it, because I can come up with new destructive ways to to commit war crimes, basically. Maybe I do like city builders for the same way, because it's very authoritarian. I can build whatever the hell I want, wherever the hell I want. I don't have to listen to city council or a bunch of civic engineers telling me, no, you shouldn't put a skyscraper above a tunnel. Maybe. Just maybe.
That's fair.
I like Spore Daddy. Yeah, I like these Spore people. So anyway, yeah, Baldur's Gate. Anybody else? Masami, have you picked it up yet?
No, I'm
too busy. Oh, all right. Fair enough. I know Omega said you said you were going to get into it eventually. Same as me.
Yeah, maybe. I was telling Zero earlier, I'm not a huge fan of the UI. It kind of puts me off the game to a degree, if I'm being honest.
There are mods that could help you, but what specifically about the UI is it that you don't like?
It looks too much like WoW. Too many buttons. I don't like that. Yeah.
It's
I feel like if you're doing that, that's just bad design. It's just too much stuff when I feel like you could, I don't know, do some collapsible, expandable menus or something. Or I don't know, like, do you need 20 fucking buttons at any given moment?
So here's the thing. You can actually collapse that menu. You can only make it 1 row high or 2 rows high. And next time Zero goes to the UI, you can look at the bottom of that button panel. The bottom right, there's a custom tab. So you just click custom, and it gives you a blank tab. You can put anything on it that you want to. Eliminates that button spam, if you want.
It's so much work, though.
Yeah,
Nah.
you can
Yeah.
drop
Oh,
it
see,
down
there.
to
Yeah, there he
it's
is.
2 by whatever.
Yeah, you can make that thing a lot smaller, and there are mods that will make it smaller for you or larger for you. I actually downloaded a mod to increase the size of that that panel because I was having a problem with, I think, Gale. He knows so many fucking spells.
Yeah, dude, Gale is God. It is once you start spending the gold for him to learn all of the spells that he needs to learn, it is
Yeah.
stupid how many spells he can, or how much damage he can output.
The other thing
By the way,
Yeah.
Doc, this is a restarted game, but look, I have Doggo and I have Owlbear.
Oh, where'd you get Owlbear?
I got Owlbear. So when you come out of the grove,
Yeah.
instead of going straight into the blighted village, you take a right,
Okay.
and
There's Owlbear
meet
Cave
up.
there.
Yeah, the Owlbear cave. You kill the mother, then the Owlbear cub ends up in the goblin village. You have to talk to it and get a couple of checks, succeed on a couple of checks, and it will show up at your camp after about 4 or 5 long rests.
Interesting. All right, I might check
And then
that out.
he'll
'Cause
grow up, and you can do Owlbear from top rope.
I haven't. See, here's the thing. I didn't do the Owlbear. I found. Okay, so I first of all, I recreated Barry. I actually had to. I had to do it twice because starting off this game as a pure bard is rough.
Yeah, it is.
So I had to make some modifications to Barry, but essentially I have what is Barry. I used Mage Hand to go in a tiny little passage, and I discovered the Owlbear lair. Like, I saw it, and the Owlbear noticed my Mage Hand, jumped up to the ledge and bit it, and I was just like, okay, all right, I guess I'll come back to that. So I haven't killed the Owlbear yet, but I did I did kill the guys inside the Goblin Camp Church.
Yeah. So you're going the good path.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm not going to support slavery and animal imprisonment. Also,
I've got to do an evil run. That is my next goal, is to just go full murder hobo.
Sure, probably, yeah.
And hopefully, yeah, that's the goal in the next game once I beat it.
Oh, this part's so fun. You have fun with this, Zero. But yeah, I will
I know the trick.
Try that out. If you have Mage Hand, yeah, this is easy.
Yeah.
That's why I love Mage Hand is so fucking useful. And
Okay, come here, Lizelle.
That's what I would emphasize, or I would take away from this game, is that there are so many fucking ways to do shit. Yeah, you're gonna have to plop it a couple times. Thank God Mage Hand doesn't attract, or it doesn't trigger these things.
Yeah, these spores are a pain.
Yeah. There are a ton of ways to do absolutely everything in this game. You can fight dudes, you can talk your way out of it, or you can look for environmental stuff that will just end a fight before it happens. You can use Mage Hand to drag stuff around. You don't even have to disarm traps. You can just drag chests on top of things like vents, and it'll stop them flowing out gas. There are all sorts of little things in this game, and it really rewards attention to detail, which I appreciate. Yeah. So if you're really thorough about exploring stuff, you're going to find all manner of stuff. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Nope. Get away. Thank you, Shadowheart, for listening.
Run! Yeah. So anyway, yeah, good on you.
No, have you made it into the Hag's Hut yet and done the tea house?
I did.
Yeah. That's I knew I could tell because you were talking about putting boxes and stuff on vents, and you almost have to do that to get through that maze.
That is probably, that is where I did. Because, I mean, For that, there was a tooltip that popped up, and it's just like, did you know that?
Yeah.
Now you know.
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, thank you.
The more you know. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
But I would have fucking died of poison. Figured out how to do that.
So, what I do is I take, I had Karlak, Asterion, my character, and Shadowheart. I have Asterion and my main character, who's a warlock, have Misty Step. They Misty Step down, and then Shadowheart and Karlak both have enough HP that I can just have them make long jumps and go prone in between each jump.
Oh, that's
And then
another
once
thing.
they get to the bottom and just heal themselves.
Yeah, that's another. Well, yeah, Shadowheart with whatever group heal that she has. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, mass healing word.
No, the other one where it has to be done out of combat. It's a cleric
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, that's super useful.
Did you respec her into a life cleric?
I don't think so.
I did. Do you not have withers?
I do have withers.
Okay, yeah. I respect her into a life cleric. It is so much nicer.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
She is really. That's why it's so rough starting off if you're a pure bard, is because she's pretty decent as a frontliner. She's got like the health and the AC, and she can take a beating. But if it's her and a bard and a wizard and whatever the fuck Asterion is supposed to be, it can get rough.
Yeah, the game suggests making him an arcane trickster right out of the bat, and I'm like, no, he's definitely going to be a thief, and he's going to be a sharpshooter. I'm going with the suggested build through one of the websites that I look at, and
Okay.
it's, oh god, he does disgusting amounts of damage at range as a sharpshooter.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Okay. He's been sulking at camp ever since an event happened, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, nah, I didn't mean to. And I was just like, no, go sit in your corner. Go sit in your shame corner. So yeah, you brought up jumping. That's another thing that is utilized in this game that is it's utilized to great effect in this game. There are really creative solutions to problems if you just think, hey, jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff like that. Oh, this guy. Anyway, so Baldur's Gate. It's fun.
Game of the year.
It is, actually. I'm very impressed with how fucking complicated this game is and how many things weave in and out of each other and how many times I could have broken this game by not doing something first and the game didn't break. That actually compensated.
Yeah.
So that's very impressive, considering how much there is to do and how many people there are interacting with each other.
Yeah. I can't wait to get Minsk. The fighter that you pick up in Baldur's Gate later that is voiced by Matthew Mercer. It is amazing. He is amazing, and he is a great character.
Obviously haven't gotten there. I'm still in Act 1.
Yeah, same.
I was told, I took a peek at I think Game Rant or some bullshit. I was, because I didn't know, like, the Githyanki Kresh is above ground. It's in the mountain pass, and there's something like the Nightshade or something in the Undercroft, and I did not know how, like, which one should I do, honestly. Am I going to piss off the Gith? Is she going to fuck off if I don't take the other path? That was my question, basically. I don't want to, or is Druid, what's-his-face, going to fuck off if I don't take, the path through the Undercroft? But yeah, the advice was explore all of the down under there, do all the stuff there, and then take the path overhead.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I may have gotten to a point where I'm just like, fuck it, I want levels quickly, and downloaded a fast XP mod.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm already like level 6.
Interesting.
So
I know there are those mods, but the mods that I have are either cosmetic or for the UI, and I have one that will add, because obviously I'm playing Barry. I steal every single book that I come across, of course. Why wouldn't I? So yeah, there's my inventory was a fucking mess, and I did not like the way that the inventory system works in this game. How everything is just sort of plopped everywhere, and I kind of hate it. So I got a mod that adds containers for everything, like special bags that are just like, this bag is for books, this bag is for potions, this bag is for etc. So that's another mod I got. I'm not running a terribly mod-heavy game right now. Have you been to the Adamantium Forge?
no, I'm still working on getting there.
Oh, you do. Yeah, that's
I
also...
got there in my last game and then proceeded to get stuck and killed multiple times by Grim.
Oh, okay, so you know that fight. All right.
Yeah.
I
know what I have to do. It's just getting him centered enough to do it.
Honestly,
I thought that said boots of genital striding, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, hell yeah. All right, so yeah, Baldur's Gate is having a great week again. Everybody fucking loves this. They really what studio is it that fucking does this? I can't ever pronounce their name right. Larian.
Larian Studios.
Yeah, Larian. Okay. Larian is still doing hot patches for this game because there are balancing issues and there are some bugs in NPC characters. The last patch that they put out addressed how NPCs had too low a threshold to start a romance with you. So that got fixed out of the game. The next thing that they have to work on is, I think, Gale. I'm pretty sure that romance with Gale is bugged because I have told him now twice, explicitly, I don't like you like that, bro. And he just keeps on pushing.
I don't want your wizard bean. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like, I respect that you're a handsome dude, but you're telling me that, I mean, I know Barry is dead sexy. No fucking question. But considering his relationship history, he's interested in Barry? Really?
Yes.
So, I think they gotta fix that.
Oh, question. In the Goblin camp, did you do the flogging?
No.
Did you get flogged by the follower of, oh god, what's that one god's name?
The one the goblins
Leviatar. Leviatar.
No, didn't get flogged.
Yeah. You get beaten with a mace. Essentially get beaten with a mace, and you gain a permanent status that when you drop, what is it? Pain is the path to clarity. When you have 30% hit points or less, you gain +2 on attack rolls and wisdom saving throws for 3 turns.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm not sure if I can do that, honestly, because I finished the chapel, and as soon as I was done with those 3 dudes, by the way, it's totally possible to eliminate the 3 goblin leaders without actually fighting any of them.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Only the problem, I think the game glitched out because when I quote unquote killed the drow, it didn't count in my journal. Like she fell into a chasm, like she's dead.
Yeah,
but it didn't count in my journal, and then she showed up afterwards. So that might be a little bugged, unless somehow she managed to fall a drop or survive a fall that would fucking kill anything. Yeah. So anyway, I did that, and then I teleported out of the church, chapel, building, whatever
Yeah.
it is. And I have no idea what's going on outside. I don't even know if there are still goblins there.
Oh yeah, no, there are. I poisoned half of them and recruited the
Oh.
ogres in the blighted town. In the blighted village.
Oh, you can recruit those dudes?
Oh yeah, give them 500 gold
No shit.
and recruit. Oh yes, yeah. And then what I do is I just call them in and I sit back and take out the first two next to the entrance of the chapel, and then just let them wreak havoc on the rest of them.
There's so many ways you can go about doing everything. It's fucking wonderful.
Okay, well, time to channel my inner berry.
Oh, attaboy. Nice wet
slapping.
wet slaps.
Oh yes.
Anyway, all right, just briefly, what didn't have a great week was Starfield. You know your game's doing great when it's on sale before it's actually officially launched.
Yerp.
So, this lightning deal lets you snag Bethesda's new RPG Starfield on sale, and you'll get a complimentary random free Steam game with it.
Yeah, and I've heard, Omega and I were talking about this earlier. I've heard good things, but a lot of what I've heard in the gameplay that I watched, it is a very stereotypical Bethesda RPG. It is Skyrim in space. And the NPCs stare at you, and it's very unnerving.
This article brought up what Bethesda is charging. So this game, with a 17% off, the base game is now only $58, and the premium edition is only $82 because apparently the base game is $70 and the premium version is $100. So I think that's fucking ridiculous, considering Baldur's Gate is receiving much better reviews than this game, and its base is $60, and its deluxe edition is $70. So this game, the base game Starfield costs as much as the digital deluxe version of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, which I will take Baldur's Gate hand over fist. I would rather buy it. I'd buy it twice.
I really want a good sci-fi space game, not a good medieval fantasy D&D game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look elsewhere for it. Starfield. I actually have to pull this up. No, I don't. Oh, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. Starfield is not co-op yet, is it? You have co-op PvE? I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't think it is yet.
It's going to be one of those things. The mod community is probably going to figure it out before Bethesda does anything, which means it's going to be janky as fuck. But the other thing was, besides the Starfield sale, the other thing going on is that next. The sun literally doesn't shine on AMD GPU users. So if you're using an AMD graphics card, there is a pretty good chance that there's a bug in your game. That and this article actually specifies the AMD sponsored Bethesda game simply doesn't render a local star from any planet without an atmosphere on an AMD card. So if you're standing on a planet that does not have an atmosphere, the sun is gonna not shine. Sad. So that's fine. That's fine because Bethesda is known for releasing games with insane bugs. Never what you expect.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that players asked Todd Hauer at an AMA basically why isn't Starfield optimized, and he's like, it is. If it's running great. If you're experiencing problems, you should probably upgrade your PC. So
which is
okay.
the same. How did I put it before? It's
Yeah.
the
Do you
same
guys
thing
not
as.
have assholes?
Do you guys not have assholes, or do you not have cell phones?
Yeah.
Just dumb.
The way I'm looking at a PC Games, PC Games News article written by Ed Smith, and the first time that I read this through, I was like, wow, this guy is a bless your heart kind of not that a naive sweet child writing this, and then I read it through again, and I was like, maybe, just maybe, Ed Smith is the best sarcastic asshole writer that PC Games News has. So this can be read in two very different ways. Either way, yeah. I respect that the game is built for next gen PC and all the rest of that, but if you put out recommended specs and you put out minimum specs, then your game should play on the minimum and the recommended. And that's this week in Starfield. What are you gonna do? I think Leetness said he was gonna play it.
Yeah.
One of the guys
Oh,
that I
no.
works with plays it, and he says it's great.
Who does?
A guy that I work with.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Leetness also said that he was going to pick up the new expansion pack for New World, which I wish him a lot of fun with. Leetness, do you think you're going to have fun with the new DLC for New World, buddy?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well. Hey,
Maybe.
that's a 50% answer right there.
That's true.
My future lateness.
Stop trying to fucking tell me I'm wrong when I'm fucking right.
God, I've missed soundboard lateness.
Soundboard Leetness is the best. Oh, yeah.
Soundboard lateness is peed in 2 states.
At one? Yeah, you're right.
At once, yep.
I remember. God damn. I don't have that on the board anymore, but I do still have that bit. Okay, the other one, okay, Diablo news. I don't know much about... I don't have much of an opinion on this, but there was an article put out on the 5th that Diablo 4 will have annual expansions. And, yeah, the full quote is a little long. But yeah, someone who knows more about Diablo 4 than me, if you have an opinion. Maybe Omega. Probably Omega.
I've kind of stopped playing Diablo 4 for a while now. But when it comes to that, I think it... I don't know. I'm kind of going to wait and see about it. My big concern is that they're going to try to turn this into basically the Destiny model of, all right, every year we're going to ask our players to spend another, 20, 40, however much dollars.
For expansion content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty annoying, I gotta say, if that's what we ended up with.
For Diablo to go to a paid DLC model instead of... Yeah, Diablo 2 had the one expansion, Diablo 3 had the one expansion. I guess maybe now Blizzard might be thinking, hey, why don't we have an expansion every year? And so, yeah. It doesn't state explicitly in this article, but I think you're right that if we're... excuse me, if we're talking about a new expansion every year, then it's pretty safe to assume that it would be paid DLC. But again, it doesn't... The quote from the developer does not actually state that. So yeah, this is a wait-and-see thing. We're doing that a lot with Diablo 4. We're waiting and seeing what they do.
I mean, one thing I will say is that in the meantime, they still need to, fix a lot of things and also add some, much needed new content to the base game. Not, a season, not an expansion. They need to add more content to the base game. I was playing the game for a while and having fun, and but then, my opinion kind of caught up to what a lot of other people were saying, which is that there really isn't a whole lot to do once you finish the quest, and it's kind of true. All you're left with is whispers, the never-ending, increasing difficulty dungeons, boss battles, and the Legion
Helltides.
events. Yeah, and Helltides. There's like 5 things, and that's it. And it's kind of a bummer that Diablo Immortal has such a well fleshed out like online experience with events and
Dailies.
dailies, co-op events, like big multiplayer things going on all the time. It's like so much content to do and to keep you playing. And why didn't Blizzard literally owns a game in the same intellectual property family that has a perfect execution of a healthy online live service game in the Diablo ARPG format. And despite that, and then you add on, looking at all the great stuff that Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 have that aren't in Diablo 4. It's like, come on, this stuff should be better. Like, Diablo 4 is less than what past Diablos have been. The next game in a sequence should not be less than.
Well, and the thing is, well, yeah, first of all, your comparison to Diablo Immortal is pretty fucking spot on. It reminds me of Ubisoft Montreal and Ubisoft France when they were developing... Ubisoft Montreal did Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Ubisoft Montreal is actually responsible for putting out the best Assassin's Creed games. They're an amazing fucking studio with a lot of talent over there. At least they were years ago. I'm not paying attention currently. Ubisoft France then goes out and puts Assassin's Creed Unity out and fucked up basically everything. That game was horribly bugged day one, and it remained horribly bugged for months after release. And it's like, but you're both under the Ubisoft blanket. Do studios not talk to each other? Are you not? Can you not, like, what's the deal there? Same thing inside of Blizzard. It's one company. Did the Immortal people really? Did any of the devs in Diablo 4 take the time to listen to why Diablo Immortal devs were making the decisions that they were and having that game be as popular as it is for a fucking what started off as a free-to-play mobile game, now on PC? So yeah, I think the studio, there's a lack of communication across the development studios there, which is nuts to me because I've been part of a corporate structure before. Yeah, go ahead and talk to other departments about shit. Why not? They'll either talk to you or they won't.
Yeah.
At least fucking try. But yeah, there's that, and the other thing is, yeah, saying Diablo 4 is lesser than Diablo 3, it absolutely is. And when I say that, I'm not talking about, Diablo 3 10 years in, when they have all this seasonal content, they've rebalanced all these class sets, and they got all this shit. And no, I'm talking about the base game Diablo 3 that we started playing 10 years ago. There was more to do in that base game than there is in the base game of Diablo 4. And that's kind of sad. And what it makes me think of is Paradox Entertainment. Release a base game, and to extent 2K, release a base game that's just the bones. It's the bones of what the game can be, and then start cranking out paid DLC to pile on features on top of that. That's what we see with Civ 6. That's what I see with City Skylines. Is as much as I love that game, I'm under no illusions. So they dribble out this DLC content for people to buy, and most of it is based on work that mod creators have already done for free. I don't need half the expansions of City Skylines because modders have already created those buildings. So it is a little disappointing, and I hope that Blizzard doesn't go the paid DLC route for Diablo 4. I really do, and I hope that they do put more stuff in the base game. And I understand that they might be upset that people aren't spending as much money as they thought they would on cosmetic items in the real money shop. But that's on them to create better shit in the real money shop. You have to incentivize people to buy stuff, like make cool looking shit.
Oh, so a little bit of breaking news. Posted in another server that I'm part of. Ubisoft's free-to-play shooter X Defiant failed to pass certification for first-party platforms, and the release date has been pushed back. I participated in the I participated in the alpha of that game, and I can honestly say that I was getting shot through walls. And it wasn't because of hackers, it was because of the bad fucking wall physics in that game.
Because your wall is a vector object with no solidity to it. Yeah, that's
Correct.
great. I mean, that's a great way when you're like drawing out the map, when you're planning all the structures in the map, but then you need to have something that says things can't pass through this. That's rough. There was another thing actually out from Ubisoft. Ubisoft did not have a good week, now that you brought that up. Skull and Bones has lost its third creative director, and I made a snide remark in Chonkwij when you posted this, Zero, but it's actually honest. At this point, it's just sad. Like, this game was first announced in 2018, or no, sorry, it was put into development in 2018, first announced at Gamescom in 2019. And it's been in development ever since, and it's going nowhere. It's a pirate game. For people who don't know what Skull and Bones is, it's a pirate game. Piracy on the high seas. It is the trailer for whatever Pirates of the Caribbean that was in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. When you're walking around the Abstergo area there, and you pick up that one trailer for their new game that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's this game. That's what this is. And it looks like it would be fun. I would actually check this out, especially if there's multiplayer. And I fucking hate Ubisoft. But it just keeps on getting smacked with setbacks. And now, creative director number 3 is out. So I don't know if this game will ever get released.
I wonder is this the third creative director because the creative directors suck, or is this the third creative director because Ubisoft sucks and they are all quitting because they refuse to continue working in such a broken environment?
Yeah, probably the latter. This third creative director in 5 years quitting. Yeah, I'd say that this has something to do with corporate sticking their nose in, being like, can you add more bubbles? Studies have shown that players like bubbles.
Just like that. Said exactly like that.
So yeah, it's a guy in a $5,000 suit with slick backed hair, and you're trying to take him seriously and not laugh at his face. Yeah, I think it's the latter, Omega, unfortunately. Which, if that's true, would suck, because that would mean that it's actually a really good game. That's the reason why Ubisoft is fucking with it so much, is because they're just like, this doesn't have enough microtransactions in it. This game's going to be complete on day one. Where's the opportunity for DLC? The devs are just like, no.
Just made them sound like Ferengi. I swear to God, am I not the only Trekkie who's seeing it?
Where's the Quark? Where's the opportunity for paid DLC? Yeah, Grand Negus is
that was a great. Yeah, that was a great impression of the Grand Negus.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thank you. I try my best. Okay. Yeah. This. All right. So, because Baldur's Gate, I'm sure we'll close the show talking about a shit ton of Baldur's Gate stuff. But there was something. Omega, you posted this. There's a new D&D playtest nerfs Iconic 5e spell. So I assume that this is going to be for D&D 1. This is going to be for whatever the next the property is, the all-encompassing D&D thing. So yes.
Which they refuse to just call 5.5.
Right. You want to talk about this at all, or Masami? All of you know more about D&D than me. Whoever wants to.
It pretty much just looks like they are making Counterspell, instead of requiring a skill check on behalf of the person casting Counterspell. Counterspell is now based on a saving throw on the target or from the target. And while that might not matter, sometimes there is one case where that becomes a major problem, and that is with pretty much anything that you would consider a boss monster or creature or whatever in D&D, because they have something called legendary resistances, which basically means 3 times per fight or maybe per day, they can just choose to succeed in a saving throw that they have failed.
Okay.
So they can just nullify counterspell attempts. Now, the caveat to this here is if you look at the way counterspell works in 5e, if you cast at a higher level than the spell that you are trying to counter, the spell just fizzles automatically. If you are casting it at the same level as the spell, then you had to do your skill check. So if that is consistent, where if you cast counterspell at the same level as the spell you were trying to counter, then the target needs to make a saving throw. But if you cast it higher than it, they don't get the chance to make a saving throw. Then I think that's still pretty okay.
Gotcha. Okay. It does mean okay, yeah. Obviously, if you're using counterspell or if you're playing at that level, then you know more about those mechanics than I do. My thing would be keeping track of what level is what spell. Like, Gnome casts Fireball on you. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't immediately know what level Fireball is.
3rd level.
3.
3rd.
Yeah, there you go.
3rd.
That's why I'm bad at D&D.
But the funny thing about that is that's technically metagaming. That's the problem with Counterspell, is that Counterspell is basically metagame the spell.
Okay.
Like, it is very much, in a game that generally the culture of D&D discourages metagaming, literally the entire existence of Counterspell and the mechanics involved in it are metagaming. It is encouraging you to know the level of spells in the game, so that when you cast your counterspell, you know what level to cast it at. And yeah, it is one of the more game-breaking spells, not because of necessarily how strong it is or like what it can do. It's just that it's like it can just be really absurd and annoying for a dungeon master to have a player who loves using counterspell, and it can be really fucking annoying for players facing monsters who use counterspell. It's just like a fucking annoying thing. Really fucking annoying. So
also under that sort of formula, because like right now it's the player who rolls, who's casting the counter spell to see if, if it's a higher than 3rd level effect, if it actually works. This would basically put the onus on, because when counterspell. Sorry, I'm thinking of spell magic. Never mind me. It's been Monday. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up now.
Well, see, here's what I don't like about it, is that if you want to think about this kind of like theoretically here for a second, right? When you cast Counterspell, you are targeting a spell that is being cast. So that is so it makes sense for it to be a skill check, because that is your magical ability to stop someone else's magical abilities. So like that is you trying to do something, which in D&D theory, if you are trying to do something, you do a skill check. In the spell isn't like targeting the person casting the spell. You're using your spell to interfere with their spell itself. So the magic that they have already cast, you are trying to interrupt it. So in that regard, I kind of disagree, just in terms of just like theoretically that it should be. I think it still should be a skill check, but I think this is just their attempt to fix what is pretty much a broken spell. Maybe not a broken spell, but a game-breaking spell.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, Masami just dropped in chat. Yeah, how would it work on inanimate objects?
And then I remembered, wait a minute.
Dispel.
Yeah. That's where my whole brain was. Yeah, it's been Monday. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It's, yeah. But, yeah, okay. So I understand this better now, thank you. Counterspell, not really something I've ever thought about using. I guess I've never done a wizard. I've never done a sorcerer.
It is something that is, I use it quite frequently in Baldur's Gate.
I use it in Baldur's Gate too. I use it with Gale.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the only play, and I don't want to compare D&D to Baldur's Gate too much because there's a bunch of stuff in Baldur's Gate. Like, one of the reasons why I can't go full bard and then multi-class. I have to multi-class first. I have to be 3 levels in fighter and then go bard. Because there's a lot of stuff in Baldur's Gate that does not line up to D&D, especially when you're talking about leveling up classes and some feats and some just mechanics. Like, I understand it would be extremely complicated, probably, to program the feat Lucky into the game as it works in D&D. So I understand they have to change some things like that just to make the game more playable. But yeah, I was never sure if Counterspell in Baldur's Gate works like it does in D&D. But it sounds like it does. So in D&D 5e, at least. I don't think it has this change. I don't think it has those mechanics. Right. So yeah. Alright, so that's that. Oh, yeah, the last thing that I want to bring up was we're following AMD coming out. This goes back months, or over a month at this point, at least, where it was rumored that AMD was not going to come out with a next generation graphics card for its 8 series. Or a high-end card for its 8 series, and then they came out last week with new software that they're developing to basically make it open source DSL. Yeah. What am I looking for here? I want to say DSLI, but that's not right. DLSS, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Basically NVIDIA's next-gen software that they're including with their cards. AMD last week announced that they're making universal software for all graphics cards that are going to improve performance, and you're not going to need a higher-end card. And this week, the follow-up to that is that AMD stock bounced back hard. They lost an awful lot last year, and they were also declining in Q2 of this year, Q1. Dropped to 12% in Q1 by over half last year, and now it's going back up. Their stock price is going right back up after this announcement. Let's see, it's up 5 percentage points sequentially. Yeah, shipments were down, and then market share popped back up. So people are buying cards. This article also makes reference that AMD has seen a run on their 5 series cards. So people are starting to buy what could generously be called a low-end card. It's not. A 5 series card is still not a low-end card, even though technically I guess it is. Still a fucking excellent card. So another week of AMD doing good is the point to that. And I'm happier for it. Good for fucking AMD. Good peek, ball.
Nice.
So there you go. Oh god, and every single time, Omega, you would be proud in this game because I have. I keep on wanting to call her Shattercock from the Funhouse 5e run, Shadowheart, because I constantly have Shadowheart in the party. Whenever there's a check, I constantly use guidance, and I always when I click it, I always say with guidance.
With guidance.
So there you
Every
go.
time.
You've created a meme. Use it all the fucking time. Hey, sweet amulet. What amulet is that?
That one, the Spectre's Eye.
Oh, you got yeah, buddy. So you've been to the Arcane Tower.
Yes, I have.
Did you make friends with the guy up top, or did he give you a hug?
He attempted to stab me.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. The construct is the one I'm assuming you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy at the top,
Yeah,
the very top.
Yeah, he tried to stab me.
He gave me a ring because I recognize. Of course, it's Barry. He reads fucking everything. So he found the tome, and I read the next line. I was just like, okay, I guess he's quoting this. I don't really recognize any of this other stuff, but I recognize this one. And so he gave me a ring, and it was nice. But
So you're saying he put a ring on it?
He did. He put a ring on it. We're happily. I had to inform him that Shattercock and I are in a torrid love sexual affair. It's just it's carnal. Everything about it.
Excuse you, Shattercock?
Yeah, I keep on wanting to call Shadowheart Shattercock because that's where my Funhouse did a joke run through of D&D a while ago, and I watched that playthrough, and one of them was playing a character called Shattercock, and it just got stuck in my head.
So, hey,
well, there's the race called the Shatter Kai. Is that what was it a play on that?
I don't know. It was a tiefling.
Okay, no.
I know. Yeah. Okay. So. What the hell are the wait.
The Shatter Kai. They're a race that live in the
They basically live in
what's the opposite of the Feywild again?
It's the shadow plane, basically.
Yeah, the shadow fell. That's what it is.
Yep. There we go.
They're people, I think former elves, I believe, that they were devoted to the Raven Queen as their god, and blah 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 blah, and they went to the Shadowfell.
Yeah, basically
and became all dark and moody and emo.
Oh, what's interesting is that a lot of times I was about to spout off on Eberron version of that. This is not the same. Never mind me. There's too many crossovers.
It's all isn't it a multiverse all entangled in the weave or some shit, and everything just mixes around and occasionally you can get lost in planes?
Faerun is kind of Faerun, so.
Are you telling me that I don't even know the difference between Faerun, Eberron, and Sword Coast, honestly.
Well, Sword Coast is part of Faerun, so.
I can see, there you go.
Eberron is like a whole different material plane. Think of it spatially. It's a whole different fucking planet somewhere.
When I talk about D&D and I sound like a complete idiot, I want everybody to remember the line that Stewie says when he meets Brian's girlfriend, voiced by Drew Barrymore. He says, "Oh, it's like she's fucking 5."
Like, the difference between Eberron and Forgotten Realms is literally the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars. They're like different fictional worlds where stories take place.
Yeah, if I knew more about D&D, then making those kinds of mistakes might infuriate me.
They're not in the same universe. It's two different, you're reading two different books, two different novels, so to speak. So it's good.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Boom!
Wait, what?
Try to talk my way out of it.
Why is this happening? Did the scrying eye not fucking move?
It didn't move at all.
Well, then it was asking for it.
Yep, let's do it.
Look, you're 20.
Yes!
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can count on one hand the number of times I've gotten natural 20s.
That's twice in this exact thing.
You might need to do it again.
Well, I don't have any more powder.
You're gonna have to go back, son. Do you know where to
I
get
have
it?
an idea. I have an idea. I don't know what just happened. Okay, there we go. I'm still figuring out the controls for this.
You know how you enter tactical mode. Do you know how I remember tactical mode? It's really easy. Because usually I'm having difficulty seeing stuff, and then I'll remember, oh, tactical mode! The hotkey is O.
Yeah.
Oh, it's magic.
You know.
Thank you, Doc.
This guy is such a pill. Oh, you've got her in your party. Yeah. I remember this fight. We were standing right next to him, so we all piled onto him round one. Knocked him prone, got him unconscious. I don't think he fired a single shot the whole fight. Killed him first.
Okay, you want to play that game? I can play that game. Where's he at? All the way over there?
Oh, what a bitch. He's all the way over there.
That's okay. That's okay. Asterian's turn. We're just gonna do one of these. Then we're gonna do one of these.
Oh my. That's the other thing that I really appreciate about this game. They took a lot of time to put in usable items in this game and make them accessible to players. So I'm not afraid to use special ammo for my archers. I'm not afraid to use scrolls. I know I'm gonna pick up more because they're all over the place. And that's another reason why I needed a larger hotbar, because Jesus fucking Christ, there are a lot of scrolls. Especially
Did
if
you
you're...
ever get Divinity 2 Original Sin?
Yeah, I have it, and Frelly and I actually started up playing it, but we never actually got to the playing the game part. We set everything up. That's it.
Because that's the same way. When I was going pretty deep into that one, I had fun with a few different builds of a similar type, really getting into like consumable items that the game was very generous with.
Mm.
And yeah, that's a fun. Like I did a run as a magic archer where every attack that I did used a magic arrow that you collected at some point or another.
It is fantastic. And they're really effective too. Not only are they plentiful, they are worth using. Ice arrows, fire arrows, poison arrows. There's another arrow that I really love. Not Thunder Arrow, but Thunder Arrow is really fucking fun.
Yeah, the Thundering Roar arrows.
Yeah.
That do the knockback and everything.
Yeah. The environmental effects are really well taken into consideration in this game as well, because in a playthrough that I had, actually it was the main playthrough. The first time Barry died was when some asshole force pushed him into a chasm, and that was the first time that I noticed. Oh, you can, when it says chasm on the map, when you mouse over something and it says chasm, if you push someone in there, they instantly die. Worth knowing. I have actually save scummed half a dozen times as well. One of them was on this map because there's a cliff. You can go outside. I think it's to the. Where's your compass pointing at right now? I need to pull up Discord. Yeah, if you go to the west, there's an area where you can hop outside of this, and you can you follow a rock path along. There's loot and there's stuff, you know, to read and look at, and I was all about it. And then there was a lower cliff that was too far to jump. That had 3 chests, and I was like, oh, well, easy to get down there. Barry's got Misty Step, or Gale has, you know, Barry has Misty Step, and Barry comes complete with Featherfall. So cast Featherfall, and I just jumped down there, and I was gonna get those chests. I was gonna Misty Step right back up, no problem. Found out immediately that the 3 chests were mimics. So that was bad. But again,
You fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, I really did. But it wasn't a problem because there was one chest that rolled initiative before Barry. And I was like, okay, if I can just, you know, dodge that attack or get out of the way of that attack, that's not going to be a problem, and I'll just Misty Step right back up. This is not, like, my problem. This is not a bad thing. That chest went and it ate my fucking weapons. It straight up ate my weapons. And that sort of pissed me off. So Featherfall was on the rest of my group, so I told them to jump down there. We fucking kicked these things' asses, and I was just like, okay. The one that ate my weapons, I'm going to open up its corpse at the end. I'm going to get my weapons back. So we killed these things. I opened it up. My weapons are not there. They're straight up fucking gone.
Revert to an old save.
And here's the thing. It was the weapon that I had just made in the forge.
In the adamantine forge. Oh.
Yeah. And so that's fucking hilarious. Like, that's really fucking funny. If this was a D&D game that I was playing with people, I would be laughing my ass off, and that would be hilarious, because I know a DM would take that into account. They take that into consideration. Maybe they would actually give my weapon back at the end of the fight, but if they didn't, then, you know, it's a person behind that. They're not trying to be a jerk about it. They're running a game. They're going to make something else fun. I get it. I'd laugh. But this is a computer game.
Monsters are like one of the favorite. They're one of the best monsters that you can send after somebody. They try to eat any of your metal items. It's great. They're so fun.
So, but yeah, this is a video game. I know how video games work, and I need that fucking weapon to progress, so I save scummed, and I got my weapon back. But yeah, little stuff like that. Yeah, that was a save scum. Barry dying the first time. I finished the battle out and I revived Barry. You know, I proved I could do it, but then I save scummed and went back because I was like, all right, I didn't start that out correctly. I did a stupid at the very start of that. So I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. And then the other one was when I think I accidentally broke a quest.
That happens.
There is still a bug in this game where if you kill one of the goblin leaders of the priestess Gut, if you kill her before you speak to the druid guy, then your quest can get stuck. And I think that happened to me. So I had to redo about an hour of gaming.
So you're saying it was a request?
Bye.
Oh.
Acceptable.
All right.
Yes.
Jeez, I'm gassy. I don't say nothing about me farting. But yeah, that'll about do it.
We can't smell it, so, you know, as you will.
Yeah, thank God. Horrendous burps. So that's about it. I gotta get out of here, so that I can...
Oh, yeah?
So yeah, it's 10. I gotta go. I gotta upload this podcast, so I'm gonna take my doggos out. I'm gonna have a good night. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming along. Thank you everybody for listening to the podcast. I'll be back same time. Same this week. Please, fuck Putin, fuck Winnie the Pooh, fuck Nestle, fuck Linus Tech Tips.
Well,
that's all of them, right? That's all of them, I think.
I think it covers the main ones.
I think we're adding... See, I don't want to compare it to the douche list, because there were people on the douche list that we actually liked. I liked Bill Paxton.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he was a good douche.
Like, we really liked him.
He was kind of douchey though.
Yeah, that was his character. Oh, I saw a movie from 1998 called Phantasm. By the way, I'm gonna recommend that. It's actually a real good movie. If you want to see Ben Affleck acting aside Peter O'Toole, then yeah, go watch Phantasms. Did you ever think that pairing would happen? I didn't. And they're both really good.
The only reason I know about Phantasm is because of Jay and Silent Bob. This is literally the only reason I know that movie.
Really?
Or Phantoms.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know that reference. But I should probably watch the Jay and Silent Bob movie again. At some point.
Please. I was gonna say, please, just don't. It does not hold up at all.
Didn't age well. I remember it better than it is.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Then I'll watch another Oscar-nominated Kevin Smith movie called Red State.
Oh God.
It's got John Goodman in it. How can it not be good?